welcome. My name is Alano, guys. Welcome to Bomberos on Fire podcast. I'm here with a special friend, co-worker, I don't know what else, compatriota, pana. You- we got it. Today we're on a special day. We're doing a different episode. We are at Rotor School in Lake Wales, Florida. This journey of the podcast took me to different places, and today I'm in a helicopter school, an aviation school in general, next to an army base.
The Korean Air Force is doing some of the training here.
Korean Air Force, from Poland to now the next to Korean Air Force training exercise. This has been great. Don't forget to subscribe somewhere, whatever. I don't know what else. Yeah, subscribe, follow, share. For those who doesn't speak English, I'll put some subtitles too, because we can do the bilingual crap. But it might confuse a lot of people, especially the AI that's doing this job. The subtitle part. So, no more delay. My brother, introduce yourself, who you are, and what do you do now?
So I'm J Lugo. I was with Orange County Fire Rescue for about 12 years, and now I'm a commercial helicopter pilot and flight instructor.
Okay. Let's start from the beginning. What makes you become a fireman?
So entering the fire service was kind of like, I stumbled upon it, believe it or not.
Really?
Yes, I was working security at City Hall back in 06, 07, and I kept seeing the Orlando firefighters, what their Station 1 was getting torn down and then rebuilt at their new location. They were coming in, I think they had the 7th or 9th floor, and they would come in and out, and I met some of them. They were pretty cool guys, and I started talking to them and became inquisitive about the career. And at that time, Orange County put in a fire rescue recruit program, and so did Orlando. Didn't make the Orlando one. I made the Orange County.
You made the county. Yeah. So that's what we meant, the county.
Yep.
For those who don't know, because a lot of guys will see it, the county covers a lot of land, and it's had like 45 stations or more now.
Now, yeah, or more.
49 or more, right?
Yep.
That goes from the east side of Central Florida to the west side to north and south. Mm-hmm. Which location you were most of the time? Because we rotate, mandatory, flow, all that crap. But what was the main station?
So I started in Bithlo, and then from Bithlo at Station 82, C shift, I went to 63 A shift. Goldenrod, North Goldenrod.
Oh, that's a horrible
and
station.
Then 71C down in South Goldenrod.
Pine Castle?
And more that the sign said Conway, but it wasn't really Conway.
It was Conway.
It was South Goldenrod or what have you. But we would run a lot at 72.
Yep.
Then I put in a transfer to 32 C shift. I got that around 2015.
The substation.
Yeah, like 4 people. That perfect setup, engine only house for that moment. Yeah. Actually built a house over in Horizon West. I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And then my last station was 44 C shift. I worked for first. His name is slipping me. Pat.
So you work by Horizon West. You know the
Not the new one, but the trailer.
Yeah, I remember the trailer.
My last lieutenant though was Derek Ewell. So,
that's cool.
But
right?
I'm forgetting this, and he's gonna hate me for it.
He will.
Pat something.
Hey, Pat, you can.
Yeah. So sorry, he made great breakfast though. I do remember.
That's one thing about the county. About the fire service, we can know how to cook. Yeah. Oh yeah, greasy food. We know how to do that.
For sure.
So you went 42, 63, 82,
63, 71, 32, and 44, all in the span of 12 years.
Yep. I spent in the county, I think 5 to 6 years. Yeah. I was in 58. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah.
You never sleep.
You never sleep next to the station. And then, I did because I was hired as a medic. Mm-hmm. And then they put me through the academy for the fire part.
Right.
I started 42. I did my rotation for the medic part.
All right.
to get cleared by Rolls.
Okay, yeah.
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 Worked with his son a few times.
Yeah, it's Rolls. Hi, buddy. Great. Great. No matter what people say about you, you're actually a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Talk about Rick and Morty.
Yeah, right.
And then to slow down, I went to 53.
Right.
Oh, yeah. The OBT and Turnpike.
Right.
So that's what we met in the OBT area. All the hookers, crackheads.
Yeah. Floating over there. I drove there a lot, so I remember I was driving that as a relief driver, and then you were the medic. And some fun memories because every interaction, it was like, man, like even though we were getting blasted with calls, that customer service was always there. We took care of everybody, you know, whoever came.
Regardless.
Yes.
Homeless people, hookers, crackheads,
Yes.
you name it, tourists, because
Yes.
Florida Mall.
Yes.
We did what we can to help people in that area.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and we got fun times too. A lot of overdose and heroin.
Yes. Push that Narcan, baby.
Oh my God. You remember that? I used to go by myself. Hey, I wait for you guys. Push the Narcan and wait for the engine. You guys help me out the way I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun memory. 53 with Galino,
Yeah.
Perry, Little Will.
Yeah.
He's in Atlanta now. He's in Atlanta FD now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he went from I left, and
Okay.
then he left to Georgia. He became a cop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the little truck guy became a cop.
Little Mexican.
Hi, buddy. And then you're Colombian, but we all the same. We all the same. We all brown. That's fine. And then he became a fireman in Atlanta,
Right.
in the city. So now he's chilling. He needs to be in the podcast at some point.
Yes.
Maybe I can go to see you, buddy, or maybe online. I don't know.
Yeah.
But hopefully you can see this podcast. And he became our FD. The guy who replaced me, he went to OFD.
Mm-hmm.
And the engineer, the guy, I forgot his name. He will kill me too. He moved to up north
Okay.
to do. And then Jenny was the auto driver. She was assigned to 53C.
Right.
She became a lieutenant.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So in the fireground. It's pretty nice.
Nice.
Yeah, she's a
Pretty
good
cool.
lieutenant. She want to go back 53 as a lieutenant.
Great.
Or whatever you want.
I'm sure Mike Smith would trade her.
I know. But yeah, we got fun memories. A lot of people. The county is so big that I think when you move shift or even move a station, you can see the person again.
Yes, it's true.
It's true, and affects a lot of the mental health. It's just because the amount of calls.
Yes.
How many calls we got usually?
It depended. Some night, yes. About if I was high night, like in 51, I remember at the end, I got floated there in the 20th call, and I'm like, I'm sitting there like I'm 12 years on, and I'm stationed to the station next to my house.
Yeah.
And I got a 3-year burned out medic next to him.
You
And I'm like, what? When does it end?
What are we doing this? What are we doing?
When does it end? But here, and this is the thing, Armando. So none of the driving that I did in the county as far as floating has compared to the driving that I did to become a flight instructor and pilot.
Really?
Yes, because I got my flight instructor in McMinnville, Oregon with Jerry Trimble. Jerry
You
Trimble.
went all the way there.
I drove my car, the blue car that's sitting right now sitting in Davenport, but I drove that blue car all the way up to McMinnville, Oregon, and back here. So when it came to, I guess it wasn't really the driving per se. You know, when you really want something,
Oh, you will make it happen.
yeah, you're gonna make it happen.
100%. I agree.
So,
Wow, that's Oregon.
far.
It's happening. So, talking about that transition, what make you move from be a fireman, helping the community in that aspect, you know, in that field, to become a helicopter pilot and now a helicopter instructor, which is few in between, for what I understand.
Yeah,
It's not that many schools or instructors that can do your job.
Yeah, there's not.
What make you?
So it was a caveat thing. So I saw the next generation come in around my 10-year mark. I started seeing that next generation, who I was 10 years ago. And they would talk about the fire service. There was that, you know, and I guess the word would be enamorment, like se enamoramiento, like they're the passion.
The passion, yeah.
And I said, this job, it's a great job, but it found me. It wasn't like when I was a kid, it wasn't what I, set out to be.
Yeah.
And I kept remembering about flying and specifically flying helicopters. And I had already been little by little, I toyed with the idea, and it was a myriad of things between 2020, between COVID, at my age, I was 39 at the time. And so there was a number of things. And I said, you know what? I'm always going to wonder if I don't take the shot right now. And so I did it. I slowly started kind of closing my door with the county, closing that chapter. And then little by little, worked through the ratings, met a lot of people on the way that's helped me out greatly. I didn't just get here by, this is not.
No, yeah. You never get to the, you need people to help you, guide you through the process of whatever you're doing. And I find out doing podcasting and teaching outside the country, international.
Right.
You need people. You cannot do this by yourself. You cannot one-man army. That's true.
Yeah. So little by little, but to get back to your question, it was just a number of things and me saying, man, because life goes in a blink pretty much.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't want to sit in a recliner one day and say, man, I could have done it, but I was just too afraid. There was too much to put on the line. But sometimes, and that's good. Change is good for the mind sometimes.
I agree. Yeah, it make you think, it make you be on your feet, it make you be, Wow. So at 39, you said, you know what?
Being in the fire service was a great thing, but I wanted to live my dream, so I went. And that's not to say that. So one of my dream jobs, believe it or not, is with Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, as a helicopter air rescue pilot.
Yeah.
So I've gone down there. I've met them before.
Oh wow.
They know of me, and little by little, I'm working on my hours, and hopefully I'm not too long in the tooth whenever I do put in the application. But there's also other dreams. Like I've also wanted to build my own thing. Kind of like right now, I'm working under Rotor School, but I run my brand as Skybaum. So if I can build that up as far as
which we'll put on the description.
Yep.
For those who want to learn how to fly helicopters, you got amazing school called Rotor School, but also. Yeah, my man there that is building his passion. I mean, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
The same with me. I need to, when I start my company to teach people red and survival and VS and all the stuff.
Right.
It's just, I'm starting from ground zero.
Right.
I have nobody.
Right.
And especially overseas. They don't believe in it.
Yeah.
So it takes a little bit of time. Maybe it take a couple of years, but you have to keep constant. I think that's the key.
Yeah.
What do you advise to people that it's not trapped, but they're in the fire service? They've been, like you said, 10 years, or they're burnt out.
Right.
What do you recommend?
Number one, it would be find a hobby. Find something that you're passionate about that has nothing to do with the fire service. I think a lot of people get trapped into the mentality that all they are is just a firefighter or a lieutenant or an engineer or a chief. They don't know anything else. So definitely find something that's totally opposite to what you do. And number two, you'll find that if you're passionate enough about that hobby, it can actually become something that you worked in the long run. So a hobby or an outlet is very, very important.
Important, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the bar either.
Yes, please. You can own a bar.
Right.
But, keep the alcohol away, because that will make change. That will change a lot of things in life.
Yes.
So you went from the county to 20, at least 10 years, and then start you working your way to the helicopter world, to the aerial field. And how do you find this school? How did this happen?
How did this school find me? Yes, believe it or not, and I think I was telling you off camera, Hermes Rodriguez is a good friend of mine. I met him through we do this FAA safety seminars that they put out. So I met him, and we stayed in touch for a very long time. And he told me that this school was actually they were moving from Venezuela to here, and then they were looking for a flight instructor. And so I'm like, I became very interested. I met first I met Ilse, and then I met Gabriel. And then little by little, I signed up and got things rolling. But once things started, they moved very quickly. So so yeah. So
they give you the opportunity. That's what you mean. So it's just a shot.
Yeah, just a shot to move it on through. And to add to that one, Hermes, I was also telling you on camera. Yeah. He also introduced me to the gal that I'm kind of dating at the moment right now. Yeah.
Say hi. Say hi to her.
Yeah. So she's also in the field. She flies airliner, so I'm very proud of her. But she wants to actually learn how to fly a helicopter.
So she flies airplanes.
Yeah, she's a first officer for
nice.
Valley Airline. So yeah, it's very cool because you're
in the same field.
Yeah,
so you understand the dangers and the hours and
the dreaming, the excitement that is flying. Yes. So yeah, it's very cool.
Wow, that's cool, man. I'm really happy for you. When I saw you online on your YouTube channel, what's your YouTube channel name?
Skybaum.
Skybaum?
Skybaum.
Perfect. So when I saw you on that, I'm like, oh, this guy fucking went from the county. What's going on now? It's fucking. And then it's how long? The last time we saw was 5 years ago.
6 years ago. Because so you left in 19, right?
Yeah, 19 before COVID.
My last official day was September 5th, 2020. So
no, that feeling is kind of weird because at least in my case, I went to the HQ and they said, "Hey, you leaving?" Yeah, I'm leaving. It's a line of guys. It's a line of people. Leaving that place to go to another place to do something else, and you basically drop the key. Drop your equipment and out.
Yeah, they couldn't. So with me specifically, they couldn't believe that I wasn't going to another department. They said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to flight school." It's flight school. Yeah. What? I'm going to flight school. I'm going to go finish flight school. And they're like, "Oh, okay, cool."
So now you're here.
Yeah. Now I'm here in Lake Wales, Florida, and like I said, I also freelance. So I have a client in Sarasota and I have another one in Edgewater right now. So do a little bit of freelance. Anywhere within reach of me, I'll go to. If we have a ship, I'll be more than glad to fly and do the ground portion part, which is
the hard part.
Yeah,
learning all that because you showed me on the video that we filmed before. So many things you have to take into account. So many things you have to check. And you need to be in your A game every time you fly the helicopter.
Yeah.
Not so much. I'm not saying discredit the people on the planes, but on the planes you got more relaxed time,
more time, more automation. Here you're doing everything, so your mind has to be fit to fly.
So you will say that a helicopter pilot is different from an airplane pilot?
Very, very different.
The mindsets and what's the difference between the airplane and helicopter pilot?
So the personalities are a little bit different.
Really?
You can see the airplane pilots. There's obviously more of them. But with us, really you have different types as far as helicopter pilots. But your humble types, very reserved, kind of keep to themselves type of people. Yeah. But also. I like to use the word social introvert. That's a good one.
Pilot. Okay.
Where you kind of you're getting out of your comfort zone, but typically when they begin flying tours and stuff, it's hard for them because they build that bond with the machine, but they don't know how to get in. In order to succeed at this, you have to be both good with people and then also good with your equipment, with your machine. So And I think a lot of those skills, believe it or not, the county kind of instilled on us because not only were we firefighters, but we had to do that customer service from day one, treat our patients with respect, with dignity. And so I just kind of transfer that through to, instead of them being patients, now they were just clients and they were there to have a good time. And that's so
make it easier.
Yeah. Everybody that was there, you know, I came from a world where you were there at the worst day, and now it was a fun thing. And I didn't, you know, I had to make the call whether we were going to go out and do that fun thing or not. So as long as I made the right call to take it up, then we would have a blast. And you know, and that was it. So, but definitely I give credit to where credit is due. I learned a lot of skills in accounting. So
mechanic skills, inventory, management. A lot of management stuff. Even though I wasn't a lieutenant, I'm still not, still a fireman. But you learn a lot how to manage people. How to deal with people. How in the worst, at least still in the field, but in the worst time you got it different. And the best day, because you know they come here just to have fun. And they drop the money just to have fun. Like, I don't care about the flying. Just take me to see the whatever. Places. It's cool. What is the similarities between the fire service and the helicopter or aerial field, whatever you want to call it?
So as far as the attention to detail, like you have both. You have to pay a lot of attention to the detail. You know, when you're grouped and with pilots and then firefighters, I want to say some parts are similar, but other parts are somewhat different. At the place that I used to work at, believe it or not, I would look at it, the building structure, and it was like 3 bays. Like, to me, it looked like 3 bays because, and in each bay we kept helicopters. So I mean, almost the makeup was about the similar. In the mornings, where you would go check out your truck. Now I'm just pre-flighting aircraft, but it's the same. It's the same. You're running your working day, so you have to set up. So sometimes, you know, you're sitting there doing your pre-flight and then getting your uniform ready to go. A little bit different in that aspect. We always came prepared to go take that call. But definitely there was a lot of similarities when it came to doing it in a group setting. Now here, I'm their only instructor for now, so you know I'm kind of you know, aside from my chief operations officer, I'm kind of But yeah, you know that. All the tools that you get from the fire service, I've always said that a firefighter would be a great job for somebody that had the time to kind of go through the training, and if they didn't particularly want to give up their career, they could do it because they have that 24 hours on, and then with the second day off, technically, you could probably come fill in as a flight instructor somewhere, be it airplanes or helicopters or whatever. There's actually other things out there called gyroplanes, believe it or not.
What is that?
I just learned about it. We went to this show called Benson Days. So pretty much it has a rotor on top. But it's propelled by a pusher prop. So so the rotor is actually not the power plant, is the pusher prop, but the rotor is the wings. So, and they're very, very cool, very fun type flying. We're actually considering to maybe get one added. Because you can show some of the initial basic training. That's
new. Imagine that's new.
They've been around, believe it or not, for a number of years. They're just not so popular. Juan de la Cerva, believe it or not, he made the first auto gyro back in the 1800s, you know, so it's been a while, but when it comes to it, it's just not a popular medium per se. But there's gyroplanes. There's also, as you could see out there, they have the paramotors. So Aviation has a lot of.
Do you need a license for that?
For that, I don't believe you do. No.
Just jump in
They-
and have fun?
well, they'll teach you.
Yeah.
They'll give you a lot of ground school, and they'll teach you, and then you'll buy equipment. And usually, they're very early risers or late in the afternoon because they're very wind limited. So,
Oh, yeah.
whereas we can fly up to 25. Gust 25, we can actually fly. So,
And you can fly overnight. You can fly.
yeah, we fly at night. We fly, you name it. We fly. So it's
That's-
actually pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, bro.
Yeah.
That's actually interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
And how long take you to become a flight instructor? Because one thing is to be a pilot.
Yeah.
I get it. But to become instructor,
Right.
it's the same as the first service, like instructor 1, 2, 3, or they have different levels, or you just
No, so they have a certified flight instructor, which basically you can teach from private, commercial, and then if you have enough hours, you could actually teach another flight instructor. You need at least 200 hours for that. But so INMARC, and then another instructor type is instructor of instruments, which I don't hold yet, but eventually I'm hoping that we go and get that training knocked out at Jerry Trimble up in McMinnville. Because, I mean, wonderful in that northwest part of the world.
do you? There is no schools here in Florida for that.
There are, but when it comes
best.
when it comes to skills and stuff, I trust Jerry. Like, so he's got a very solid name in the industry.
Okay.
But so then there's that certified flight instructor of instruments, so double I is what they call it. And but so in my particular journey, I took my first flight in 2016, and then it wasn't until 2022 when I actually went and became a flight instructor. It took me about 7 weeks that I drove up there to McMinnville from day one. About 7 weeks for me to basically just get all the knowledge. You have to learn how to teach somebody this stuff from the ground up. So doing the boards, showing them just basic aerodynamics, then climbing the aircraft, and then throwing everything together. It's almost like us doing what we do a couple weeks inside and the Fire One.
For minimum standards.
Minimum standards.
So Fire 1, Fire 2.
Yeah. So you're 2 weeks of inside, and then now the rest is outside. Kind of like but we blended in the part that we're doing a lot of ground, like coming especially towards the check ride, because if they don't pass that ground, they're not even going to get outside to do the practical tests. So the knowledge has to be there. So like I said, 7 weeks of intensive training, and then on top of that, I didn't go into teaching right away. I went into air tours. So I came in. I got my license, my certificate. I had 300 hours, and then I did another close to 1,000 hours of air tours, and then I went into the flight instructor roles after I'm building a very solid base. So then that's why a lot of people choose us, because they're not getting their typical 300-400 hour instructor that they may know some stuff, but
it's not the same as that.
Yeah, so I'm getting close to 1,500 hours now. So
that's a lot of time to get. Yeah, you look like practically flying every day almost?
Yeah, averaging an hour, 2 hour, 1 hour here, 1 hour there. It definitely adds up, and especially in tours, we could fly up to 8 hours a day. So it was definitely literally. It wasn't unusual for me to fly 4 hours straight, take a half-hour break, and then get right back on and fly another 4 hours. So, and that's not counting, your setup and breakdown.
And that also counts for your hours too. Breakdown and stuff. Should actually be in the air.
Yeah, only the air hours count, but then it doesn't mean that your body's not feeling it.
No, because you're sitting for 4 hours.
Sitting for 4 hours, taking the break. sit another 4 hours, and after that, you gotta watch these aircraft down, get them ready to go to bed.
And it's just the mental focus you have to have.
Yeah,
Because like you commented earlier, you need to pay attention to everything. Like we know, how many seconds you got to react? 5, 6?
I said between 1.2 to 1.6 seconds in this particular aircraft. If the bigger aircraft, I think you got up to 4 seconds, but
okay. Ooh, 4 seconds.
But still, it happens quick. So you have to your ears become tuned to different sounds, different vibrations. So when you hear certain things, and you believe like all the lights in our panel, my eyes get trained to it. If the light comes on, my eyes are gonna go right to it. It's like, whoa, okay, cool. Like I see that. Okay, what do I have to do for that? Oh, yeah, I probably should do this. So,
oh my god,
yeah. So,
shit, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. But yeah, that's all it takes. That's all it takes to be good. I think helicopter and airplane pilots are the most trained.
Yeah.
In the field in general, it's a work field.
Yeah.
Because you have to be in your A game. Because you're flying.
Yeah.
And you got people's life in your hands just to have a good time or to go to one place or another one.
Yeah.
You cannot have a mistake.
No, or very few, very, very small windows of things that can happen. In the industry, they call it, as far as aircraft and accident investigation, they call it the Swiss cheese model. So everything has to line up for that accident to happen. So a number of mistakes, and that Swiss cheese just kind of goes through, and then that's what leads to accident too.
Because you guys have a lot of safety measurements to everything, like double, triple safety stuff.
Double, triple check. I always teach my students to always do a final 360 walk around. Like, just check it. I know you just pre-flight it, but just one more time. Go around one more time and look at, oh, crap, the oil cap is off. I should maybe put that back, It happens.
It happens. No, it happens.
So.
It's the same concept with fire truck. You drive in an engine, and if you don't check the truck and the guy's inside the fire, and
stuff starts falling off on the side of the road. Oh, who left the compartment?
You see the helmet on the ground. You see the fucking tools. Got a long talk when I come back to station.
Yeah.
Or you don't know that you have a tank of water. People, they get complacent. They don't check the engine. They don't check the water tank. They don't check anything. Or the chainsaw doesn't work.
Yeah.
You in the roof. You're like, one of you guys is in danger. So no, I get it. I get it. To me, it's eye opening being here today because I never thought about little things like you said. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And how about for your mental health? How did this change? Did it improve it? Did it make it different?
It's challenging and it's, unfortunately, and, agencies are out there, but they're still running the old 1950s mentality where it's considered a weakness, which to me just baffles my mind because if you want to get your body strong, you go to the gym and you work out. 100%. It's the same thing with the mind. If you want your mind to stay strong, you engage, you challenge your mind, you do some counseling with some people, and some things that, especially being a former firefighter, some of the things that we've seen do stay with us. So there's, to me, in my personal opinion, there's nothing wrong with somebody seeking help.
No, at all.
It doesn't make you less of a, for me being a male, less of a man to go and share feelings there. Or, if you're female, what have you, still, it's an even keel. All you're doing is you're getting rid of all that baggage, and then you're coming back fresh,
Got it. Yeah. So that's not something that in this industry is thought about it or taken that much.
It's just slowly but surely, like it's improving, like everything. But there's also pilots out there that are kind of, they're suffering not only because they're afraid of, maybe losing their medical certificate, which is what allows them to operate. So, one day I'm hoping that we kind of get with the times and say, you know what, as long as, it's not, you're not taking any medicines, but if you're just doing general counseling, go. If nobody tells you not to go and work out. So, you're building too much muscle over there. So it's the same thing. You got to do that mental maintenance to keep yourself right to do this job. And the day that you're not, you have to be courageous enough to say,
anyhow,
not today. I can't do it today.
Because people go through stuff. I mean, life happens.
Yeah.
You could be trying to fly a helicopter, and then something happened to family, or who knows? I mean, whatever happens, and you have to have your mind straight, especially in helicopters and airplanes.
Yeah.
To fly.
Yeah.
So if you don't feel it, I will say, throw it past this day.
Yeah. No, most definitely. If for any pilot out there that don't ever feel forced that you have to work, the best thing to say is no, not today. Taking a mental health day, taking whatever you want to call it, because don't want to.
No,
but I have some issues going on, and I can't. I'm not fit to fly. And
yeah, exactly.
Any good company would understand. And if they don't understand, then maybe it's time for you to move on and find a better company.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Especially, you notice the commercial plane pilots that spend hours flying to another country or places and then break, and those guys and the family situation should be horrible.
Yeah,
they're not home.
Yeah,
they're not.
Yep. So it's very. You have to balance everything out. As much as you love the flying, but you have to also spend time with family and make time for them, because they're. I saw that in the county. There was people that really put the career number one. But the people that I really respected were the ones that said no, like family first. That would also kind of transcend to their crews and things like that, So the people that earned those and put family, that's number one. Because if your household is not in order.
Yeah. No, I agree. I saw a lot of people getting divorced, multiple divorces, just 5-4 divorces.
Yeah.
Like, bro. Kids going to different. You see that a lot of military, police, firemen. Yeah, just because they put a career first. The medical field, doctors, nurses. Yeah, I don't know how this world, your industry, but
we're not immune to the world's problem. Yeah. So it happens here too. It's just you have to have, like I said, you have to have that outlet. With me, I do the video creation and. Really encompass everything that's aviation, which in a sense I know I'm staying within the field, but when you're talking about hang gliding, which is parachuting, I'm just seeing somebody going through in parachute, so then it's different. So you some of it's air sports and what have you, and then from there working out, that's a great outlet. Being social with friends, all those can lead you to a wholesome life is what you want,
Partner.
Yeah, partner.
Female, male. Okay. Find somebody.
Yeah, find somebody to make you whole and to share, that intimate part of you, because
you need to.
Yeah, it's definitely it will lead you to a wholesome, better life, in a sense. So.
No, I agree. It's so different. Yeah, bro. This career choice that we took. Mm-hmm. It's not easy. If very easy, everybody will do it.
Yeah, but getting back to I was telling you before, I looked at Cheap Minds' podcast before you came over, just to get an idea. But I would train for the world. If I had to do it over again, I would be a firefighter again, and I would do the flying again, and it's just
part of who we are. Yeah, I interview a lot of people, from psychologists to sex coach, to retired chief.
Right.
I had a personal trainer a week ago, and she was going through some things too. I interviewed one of the guys who work with me in the Department of Work. He's an expert in EKGs. Right. Dude is a cardiologist. He should be a cardiologist. You should be a cardiologist. He teaches doctors how to read EKGs.
Wow.
He's a medic. But we all have something, bro. We all have something that alter our mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So we all have to look for a way, like you said, outlet.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to. You don't have to go to a psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you should all the time, but
Right.
but some people go to work out.
Yeah.
That help them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing acute. It's something like, hey, you have some anxiety, or just talk to somebody.
Right.
My outlet is this. Doing a podcast, is going out. Is to me, that's my outlet. It's still fire related.
Yeah.
But to me, I look more like, what do you do besides fire?
Right.
Or what was your previous life as a fireman?
Yeah.
It's a different life.
Yeah.
It's like having a reborn another life. I think so.
Yeah.
After a while, you're like, I didn't believe I did that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's very cool. It's very rewarding because I'll give you the example of I remember I was flying this little girl and her dad just wanted her to experience a helicopter ride, in that sense, and she was just, it's scary, it's vibrating, it's not an usual world, for kids especially, but I said, trust me, okay. So as soon as we took off and we're flying one of the shorter tours, and I believe she was calm at a certain point, she became so calm that she actually fell asleep. So,
oh wow,
yeah, so then that was very rewarding in a sense of, okay, I was able, to get the situation under control, go in the air, and then so smoothly and relaxing that the kid fell.
That's pretty cool, bro. That's
awesome. Yeah.
Before we because we had a long morning, I guess.
Yeah.
We had a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
One advice you give people on the air industry and the firefighting industry to improve their mental. What do you recommend? Hey, what do you say? Somebody in that situation.
I'd say take it one day at a time, in the sense of I think a lot of people want to pack everything in a day, and so just take it one day at a time, and don't be afraid to ask others for help, because where you're at in this particular moment, somebody else might have been.
Yeah.
And so they can be a resource to you. I see that a lot nowadays, that people ask for recommendations, be on social media, or they ask a lot of questions, and that's good. That's good in that sense. So that applies to both industries there. Just take it one day at a time, and don't be afraid to raise your hand and say, hey,
yeah,
can you help me? I need help with this.
Yeah. Or in your case, raise a hand. Just take the leap.
Yeah.
Just do something completely different. You have a lot of resistance in the beginning, probably.
Yeah.
I imagine people, what do you thought you were crazy?
Yeah.
Well, you did it.
Yeah.
Look at you, man.
Yeah.
In the way up.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah. Literally, you're in the way up.
Yeah, definitely. It has its ups and its downs.
Yes. Life is, because that's life. You don't have a pre-post sequel. You only have one, and you only have one chance.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's definitely.
Yeah. And second question, who you recommend to be in the podcast?
As far as
fire or helicopter, whatever you name it.
Man, you might have to take a trip, but
Where?
Jerry would be, and Jerry's already done some of these. Jerry Trimble and Allison, they're great people. He did one. I'll kind of give you a video, but he's a legend in our industry, and as far as so I would challenge, but you might. Hey, you went to Poland though, so if for you to get in a plane, if you got connected with him, I could definitely see it.
Plane or online, because I can do that too. So, I don't have to be there, but we can do it online.
Yeah, of course. Allison's very tech savvy, but yeah, Jerry would be an amazing person to have. Jerry Trimble would be, and especially because last year we lost Frank Robinson, the guy that made that helicopter. So he's one of the very few people, aside from his son family, that work with Frank. So that's a very close link to that machine. So, and the guy has just a wealth of knowledge. To me, it was a treat becoming a CFI up there. So
awesome. So, Jerry,
You're next.
Some point. Before we forget, you showed me something. The aircraft, in honor of
Joel Rivas.
Joel Rivas.
Yes. So this the aircraft that I currently fly is dedicated to Joel Rivas, which is a long time rotor school instructor. Perhaps we can link to a video of him doing the training. He was iconic for when the students first did their solo. He would hold the ski of the aircraft, and actually, over in Venezuela, like to make them hover at the right height, he would sit there and hold the ski of the aircraft just to ensure that the student was doing what they were supposed to do, and that he was in there. So yeah, the aircraft is dedicated to him. Didn't have the chance to meet him, but everything I've heard seemed like a magnificent person.
Nice.
So, and maybe I'm sure you're gonna have Gabriel and Iosa come on a little bit and speak a little bit about the company and everything. So,
we'll do that happen too. And this episode, I want to give in honor of Rivas.
Joe Rivas.
Compatriota Venezuelan guy.
Yeah.
So this episode is for him. Family members hopefully see it.
Yeah.
I can put some status in Spanish.
Yeah.
So we'll make it happen. Lugo, it's a pleasure, bro.
Yeah.
Having you in the podcast is a great shit.
Always great seeing you.
Yeah. That's always. And guys, remember, stay safe. Click subscribe somewhere around there. Thank you for joining in. And hopefully you like this format. We'll see what happens now. But, life is only one. Just take a chance. Bye, people.